At the state capitol, Governor Gretchen Whitmer unveiled her 2024 budget this morning.
It will include tax cuts, money for public safety and roads, and one of the largest areas of spending, education. 13 on your side's Josh Albertus breaks it all down from Lansing.
Governor Whitmer presenting her annual state budget to the legislature, including record overall spending, as well as billions of dollars for education. Governor Gretchen Whitmer outlining an annual budget proposal to a joint session of the House and Senate Appropriations Committees, totaling $79 billion. The proposal is the largest in state history, ahead of last year's finalized budget of $76 billion. One of the key aspects of the governor's proposal, education funding. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Michigan students struggled to reach learning goals, including overall lower reading scores for Michigan's fourth graders. The governor proposing billions of dollars to address the issue, including tutoring programs to make up for learning deficits, as well as free universal breakfast and lunch for students. Answering questions from reporters after the unveiling, Whitmer told 13 on Your Side that the funding is meant to set the framework for long-term investment.
Didn't happen overnight. We're not going to get out of this overnight. But if we are consistent about prioritizing, whether it was closing the gap in the last session, or it is the additional resources we're putting into English language learners and kids with special needs, our at-risk population, these are fundamental to getting to a position where we've got the kind of supports to help get our kids back on track.
The proposed education funding would include more than $500 million to the Department of Education and $3.7 billion in school aid directly to school districts. Now, this proposed funding is not final, as it will need a go-ahead from the state legislature in order to take effect. Reporting from Lansing, Josh Albertus, 13 on Your Side.
Here are some other highlights from the governor's proposed budget. As previously announced, the proposed budget calls for rolling back the retirement tax on private and public pensions. It would expand the earned income tax, giving an additional 700,000 households nearly $3,200 in combined federal and state tax refunds. $210 million would go toward wage increases in nursing homes and extended care facilities. And $122.5 million would go to improve the safety of Michigan's drinking water and eliminate lead contamination. For a complete list of what's in the proposed budget, you can go to our website, 13onyourside.com.
Republican leadership was critical of the governor's budget proposal. State Rep. Sarah Lechner is the GOP vice chair on the House Appropriations Committee. In a statement, she said, quote, "The governor failed to address the state's most pressing challenges, like paying down debt, funding pensions, and helping Michigan families cope with the pressure from inflation they face every day." Lechner went on to say she expects numerous committee hearings to discuss specific details of the proposal before a vote takes place.